My name's Michael Rock, and today I'm going to tell you why I think Silvertone acoustic guitars are the best, cheapest vintage guitar that you can buy. So first off, I just wanted to talk about how these guitars sound. These guitars have a great character, in my opinion, in how they sound. If you think of some early Dylan recordings, like Blowing in the Wind or Don't Think Twice, the sound of those guitars on those recordings, it really reminds me of how these guitars sound. It has a very mid-rangey sound, it has a dry sound, and it just has a really cool character in my opinion, especially for folk music, country music, and just kind of having that simple kind of someone playing guitar by the campfire type of sound. Next, I just want to talk about the look, how these guitars look. They look cool, man. I mean, look at this thing. Look at it. It looks cool, right? They have a very simple look to them. This guitar looks cool, man. A lot of these guitars are variations of kind of a sunburst thing, tobacco burst, sunbursts. Some of them are spray painted real nice. Some of them might not look the greatest, but they have a cool character in my opinion. A lot of the Silvertone and Harmony acoustics have this kind of look. This one, like a tobacco burst, the sides kind of have that, the back, and yeah, the neck. I think they look really cool. They look pretty groovy to me. And I think they age well too. So this guitar is from 1969. It's been tossed around quite a bit. It's got a lot of dings, a lot of scratches. The neck is super worn down from somebody just really laying into some cowboy chords on this thing. And then when they were done, they just set it up on something, and it's got a lot of dings all over it. I don't have a case for this guitar. This is the kind of guitar like you bring it to a campfire. You set it on the ground. You set it against the wall. And that's probably what somebody did with this guitar for a long time. And it shows, but that makes it look cool in my opinion. And I think a lot of these guitars you'll probably find are going to be dinged up. They're not going to be perfect. Next, I wanted to talk about what to look for if you're going to buy one of these guitars. This guitar I bought from a local used music store called Music Go Round. I got this guitar for $165. It played well, was really happy with how it sounded and played, and I was like, it's totally worth $165. A couple things to look for if you're going to buy one of these. I would try to buy one locally where you can go and look at it and play it, but there's a ton of these guitars online, so I think it would be all good to buy one of these online. You just want to look for a few things. One of them is the neck. Is the neck attached? Does it look solid? Is there a gap right there? Is there a gap over here? Is it pitched this way and then making the string action really high off of the neck? Look for that. Look for that in pictures and ask, is the neck solid on the guitar? This one, somebody took off and re-glued it on there, and it's not very pretty, but once again, it has cool character, and it was solid, and it played well, so somebody did an okay repair on it. The other thing, look at the bridge. These are just, most of them are screwed on with just 2 Phillips head screws right there, but is the bridge flush to the body? Is it coming up this way? Is the body kind of bulging? Is the string action really high right there in that part of the neck? Look how the bridge is attached. Is it solid? And also, with that said, too, the nut. Somebody replaced the nut on this one. If people do that, sometimes if they are too high or too low, it can make the guitar or the action of the strings, once again, not play very well. If you were looking at pictures and just looking online, I would look at the neck, get some pictures of that, and right here, make sure it looks attached. See if you can look what the string action looks like. Look at the nut. Does the string action look really high, or does it look pretty playable? And then look at the bridge. If those things look good, you're probably going to get a fine guitar. right, so where can you find a guitar like this? They made a lot of these guitars in the 60s and 70s. I would first look at your local music shops, used music shops, pawn shops. I got this one, like I said, from Music Go Round for $165. Facebook Marketplace. See if you can find one locally where you can go look at it and play it and make sure some chords are playing well and that the thing plays okay. People seem to try to get around $200 to $500 for a playable model of one of these guitars. So again, like, you know, Reverb, Guitar Center, Sweetwater, eBay, stuff like that. These guitars, there's plenty of them on all those sites. I would say like you're probably going to look to spend $200 to $500 for a playable one. The $500 range are models of these that are more like kind of, I would say, collector and like pristine, flawless guitars like this, which I've had one, and I think I paid $350 for that one. It was a red one, and it was awesome. It played great. Somebody had restored it. But anyway, yeah, $200, $250, $300. I got this one for $165. So that's why I think the Silvertone and Harmony acoustic guitars from the 60s and 70s are the best, cheapest vintage guitars. They're the best vintage acoustic guitar that you can buy.